Okay, welcome everyone to Video Game Design 101. I'm Mr. Z, and this is Autodesk Maya. It is a software used by professionals to create 3D models of different objects like cars or cups or beds or things like that. And it's also heavily used in the movie industry. So if you've seen the movie like Finding Nemo or The Avengers, chances are parts of that movie were modeled and created and added into those special effects were added into those movies. So it's a really useful, really cool software. And because one of the focuses of our video game design class is going to be modeling things and adding them to our games, we're going to be using this software quite a bit. Now, I do want to stress, especially at the beginning, that we're trying to build a foundation here. And if you try to cut corners on the foundation, if you try to skip through things because you think they're easy or trivial or things like that, your foundation later on might suffer and your games might suffer as a result. And you'll also have a ton of questions because you kind of skip through things and you're like, I don't know how to do this. You know, Mr. Z, how do I do that? And it'll be really hard for me to answer. I might be like, it was in the video or something. So these videos are also a resource for you to look back at and collect information. So I'll try to be very concise and define each video for what it is. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This is just an introductory video on Autodesk Maya, so I want to break it down for you. To begin, if you do not have the screen that I have right here, I want you to go to File, New Scene, and then just open it up. And it should open up. If it doesn't, I'm just going to press Don't Save. Then let me know and I will address it. Also, sometimes it might look like this when you open it up. If it looks like this, or actually let's just go ahead and take a check right now. If I create a new scene, okay, yeah, no, never need to worry about that. It doesn't look like that. It will start like this, so that's good. Okay, so a breakdown of this interface. We have our top menu over here, and this is just a traditional menu, just like you'd have in any other program. We have a multitude of ribbons over here, and these ribbons will allow you to do everything from instantly creating 3D primitives to modeling and animating different objects. So that's some pretty cool stuff, and we will definitely cover a lot of this stuff throughout the class. Over to the bottom over here, we have what is known as our timeline. And as I mentioned before, Maya can be used to animate things, create simple animations like reloads for guns and things like that. So this timeline is going to allow us to do that. Once we're ready for animation, we can set some things up. So it's actually really cool, and also part of the reason why this is called a scene and not a project, because what we're doing doesn't just have to sit there. We can actually get it to do something. Okay, over to our side here, we have a number of editors, and these are like the properties for the objects. So when I bring something onto the screen, these channel box editors here will allow us to change the properties or to manipulate those objects. So those are over here. They're really easy to click on and then click again to kind of remove. So that's that. And then in the center here, this is our major work area. I oftentimes refer to it as the workspace, but it is also known as a viewport, and it is one of many viewports. So just depending on what we're modeling, it might kind of dictate what view we're looking at. And I'll get into the details of that as we go on. Okay, so I think we're ready to start adding some objects here and talking about how Maya works. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to quickly add primitives as well as some basic manipulation. I'll see you then. Peace.